Mag, let's continue with this conversation.
Yep.
So where we left it off,
I was about
Kenny. Kenny
Yes.
has hollered at you and told you, by the way, you want a video.
Oh yes. So yeah, so Kenny tells Kenny, you know, he kept on hinting at it for a long time. You know, give me a song so we shoot a video. Give me a song so we shoot a video. So you know, it was just like, you know, I would always dilly-dally because, you know, I kind of never like found a style that works, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, like with what I always wanted to do, I always felt like, I need it to be something that will not just be big in Zambia, you know, like I need it to be something that is, you know, big out there. So one day we used to do this event at my church called Hell Empty. It's a youth event, and so we did our first Hell Empty, which was really good, but we had a few challenges. With, I think the main challenge was we promised people that when you come, you get a free CD of our youth group. Yes, but then it was, I don't know what happened. We couldn't print and we couldn't duplicate enough CDs to give everyone. So it was a bit of a disaster on that end. So the next year, so we said, you know, this year we need to do it. We need to do it big. So that concert, so we decided, you know what? Let's get Pompey at this concert. You know, because, you know, he's just become Christian, so, you know, he would be good to have. So this was all discussions with my youth group.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. We'll get Pompey. We'll get Tio, of course, because Tio is the
biggest.
Pop, yes.
Yeah.
And then we said, okay, you know, Abel. We'll get Abel. Abel didn't have any music out back then. Apart from obviously that EP, which I think people had sort of forgotten about.
Yeah.
But people knew him as a street evangelist. So, because he would always sing with his guitar. So people knew him, knew of him, but he wasn't like, you know, around the Christian community. Yeah. So we thought, okay, cool.
And he could play with his guitar.
So we thought, okay, yeah, you know, let's put Abel on that. And then, of course, performances from other youth groups and stuff like that. So I thought, cool. So when we started advertising for that, so then I thought, you know, we still need to, because, you know, we need to fill up the church. Like it needs to be, like it really needs to be a big concert. So I thought, you know, to add to the thing, I thought, let me record a song, and see where that goes. Like just, and you know, in my mind, I was just thinking, it's just a song. Like we just do it with the locals, and like it's just like for the church.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, cool. So, and even with the way the song was structured, it kind of didn't feel like it was me doing it, because I felt like I was doing it for an audience that I'm trying to reach. At the time, there was artists like Mag44, who I've had the opportunity to produce for.
Did you produce this song, Mag44 and Pompey, this latest song?
Yes, Early Riser, yes.
Ooh, we'll get there. That song is a banger.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we did that, yeah. And so at the time, there was artists like these, Mag44, Slap D. They are probably arguably the biggest rappers in Zambia. Him, Mag44, and a guy called Chef 187.
Right now?
Yes. I would say they are the. I would say they are. I mean, of course, there's a lot of popular rappers. You know, like there's a lot of big rappers, but I would say these guys are sort of like the like. I would say like they are like the pioneers or something. They started a huge rap movement in Zambia. That's rap was always there, but it wasn't this huge.
Okay.
Like rap is the biggest music genre in Zambia right now. Yeah.
What?
So it's because of these two. They sparked, because what happened was they had this beef, Mag44 and Slap D, and this beef just so rap just became the thing. Everyone now came out, all these different artists. So, you know, for me, when I was thinking of doing that one song, I was thinking like, there's so much secular rap. Like we need to just do like one go. Like we need to do something about. So I was thinking about it more on just creating an alternative, not necessarily being. I wasn't looking at it. I wasn't looking at it like, oh, this is my time to come out now. You know, I was just looking at it like, hey, we need to just create something. So like I started thinking, okay, so that, you know, like that's basically how I thought of Vichani.
Yeah, I get it.
So Vichani wrote the raps and he made it very local. And then I think the last verse is really where a bit of me comes out, because that's how I actually rap. The way I rap, or like football is how we kick in it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much me. But the local rap was really trying to like see, okay, what these guys are doing and making it a Christian version of what these guys are doing. That's all it was.
Yeah.
So, but of course the beat. So I had that rap for some time, and I always thought, you know, I always had like, you know, because I was thinking of a beat that is more Zambian, something that Zambian people would connect with. So, but then one day this beat came. I thought, yes, you know, I want to make a beat with like these voices, the hum, and like, so in my mind this beat was complete, and I said, hey, one day I don't know what I'm gonna rap on it. So now I think the pressure of like, okay, we need to do this song for this event that will help advertise this event. Then I thought, okay, why don't I just put those lyrics on the same beat? So I thought, okay, cool. So that's how
And this beat is in your head?
This beat is in my head, yes. So then I start making the beat, and then I play it for Ian. Because now when I was making the beat, I'm like, okay, this beat is like, it's not an average beat. I think like this beat is a bit, yeah, it's like, you know, I thought, I mean, I know it's just supposed to be like an ad for our concert, but wow. So then I call Ian, I'm like, hey bro, listen to this beat. So Ian's like, okay, that beat is dope. So then I start rapping, and then Ian's like, bro, you are ready to rap. I said, oh, okay, cool. So I rapped that, and then I said, okay, cool. So and then Kenny also happened to come over, and then Kenny heard the rap. I said, what, bro? Do this song today. Record this song today.
It's the video.
Tomorrow we're gonna shoot the video.
What?
So I said, okay, you know what? Maybe let me not. This will be an even bigger ad for the concert
than I
thought. If Kenny's gonna shoot the video, then hey. So that's how I did the song, and then I kind of felt like, because now it became too short. It was like 1:30 after I did the 2 verses. So I thought, So that's how I spoke to. So now Kenny was like, no, we need to extend. What are we gonna do? So I said, okay, you know what? You are gonna rap on it. So that's how he did all my people in the session. Yes. Go put your hands up. So when I wrote that, he did it. Cool. But still, it was like 1:15. I mean, it was like a 2:15 rather.
Oh,
so
yes, like, this song has Kenny in it.
Yes, it has Kenny in it. Yes. So it has Kenny in it. So then when we did that, we were like, okay. Anyways, you know what? 2:15, it's fine. Let's shoot the video. After all, in my mind, I'm thinking it's an ad. I didn't tell any of these guys that I'm thinking it's an ad. Because the thing is, Kenny and Ian, like when they said the song, they were like, this is a song. Like, it can be like, this is something special. But I was just thinking, no, I'm trying to do an ad for my youth group. So, we started shooting the video. So when we're shooting the video, because like I said, at the time, the popular artists were the slap, including Pompey. Pompey was one of those guys who was one of the
main artists.
The main artists who started this, who basically birthed this hip hop movement, right? So when some of the people heard the song, they were like, this song's dope. Is this Pompey? So I was like, no, it's me. Oh, snap it, you sound like Pompey. So I was like, okay, cool. So now we thought, this is gonna be a problem. Let's put Pompey on the song so that people can tell the difference. Because you can't have your first song sounding like people Pompey, thinking this is Pompey. Yeah. So I thought, okay, cool. So we asked Pompey, and Pompey, at the time, because Pompey was like ready to work with us. Like, he was just like,
say go.
Give me the opportunity. I'll be at your studio. You know what I mean? So I was like, hey bro, are you able to record? You heard the song? I was like, yeah, let's do it. So that's how we recorded Vichani. Yes. When we recorded Vichani, we shot the video, but then Kenny got busy with other jobs. So he couldn't finish the edit. So what I decided is I just said, you know, let me just release the song for the sake of the youth and stuff like that. Cool. So I released the song. And I was just thinking, I was just thinking, no, it's just gonna be for my church, you know, like what, you know what I mean? Yes. Because I thought maybe what we'll do is we'll try and remarket it maybe later on when the video is done, and then try, because I believed in the beat. I didn't believe in the lyrics, because I thought these lyrics, they are in Nyanja, so target audience is Zambia, you know what I mean, or just Lusaka for that matter. So I thought, okay, when we shoot the video, then, you know, because of that, it will just be a Lusaka thing, and you know, it will pass, you know. I never thought that after that, you know, so we did that. Song comes out, every church youth group knew was like this song. So it was just like, I don't know, it would just spark this energy. Like, I don't know, it was even people who never heard it before, when they hear it, they are like, hey, this song. So it just became a whole thing. And this was like around, and for sure, that event was huge. It was packed. I mean, of course, because number one was everyone wanted to see this Pompey, who's now a Christian artist. They wanted to see Tio, and then they also wanted to hear the song. And, you know, there was a lot for people to come for. But
it was a place to be.
It was a place to be. Now, there was a lot of non-believers. Now, the problem was we were not ready for those results. We were not ready for those numbers. So we were doing the way we were setting up the event was like the way we would do. We obviously went as far as we could, but we were doing it the way we've done all the other events. The way we've done the way we've done all our other youth events. So now we realize, there's too many people. We need to crank up the volume. So cranking up the volume
distortion
made because we had sold so many tickets. So we said, here we need a situation where we can't use the church sound system. So we hired a sound system from a huge company called Doxa, and they allowed us. They said, you know, because we couldn't afford to hire them anyway. So they said, okay, no, we'll do you guys a favor, you know, what. So that's how they brought their sound system. But now the problem is, it had too much power. So it drew too much power, which the church, the capacity it couldn't handle. So halfway through the show, before Pompey could even do his performance, the thing exploded.
What?
That's how they saw. Up to now, Pompey's like, bro, I will never trust you to do an event ever again.
The sound blew. It was too much.
The sound was too much, yeah. So, and you know, because we didn't. I mean, right now I organize a lot of events. Of
yes, this was then.
This was then. Yeah. So this was like my first.
This was your debut.
Right. That day, and there's like 2,000 people in this church, and for us, you know, we don't do shows. That was one of the first of that size. You know what I mean? Of course, now I mean but that time it was like, hey. And so now, the non-Christians sort of like who came, they were like, of course, you know, we thought we had hope, but it was done in a church, so you know, so people didn't hear Pompey at that event. Yeah. So then, you know,
did they hear Vichani?
They didn't even hear Vichani. Nothing. They heard nothing. And I mean, our dress rehearsals, like our dress rehearsing for the gig would be packed. like people would come and just watch us rehearse, and it was like, you know, this is gonna be something. And so after that, you know, when the event was done and everything, and you know, we forgot about it. I actually did that event with Steven Retunes, and of course our youth group. So when that was done, Vichani kept on growing, you know, like, and you know, like there was a time we wanted to do a gig. So we decided, I remember we planned a gig to do a gig in the Copper Belt, like just to go and like evangelize during the day, and then in the night we do like a celebration. and whatever. And I wasn't planning to sing. I was doing the usual thing I always do. We evangelize, the youth groups performs and whatever, and maybe I'm part of them, hyping and all that stuff. We get there, and artists are singing, a few big urban artists sing, and then people were just every time in between the song, they play Vichani. And then they are looking at me, I'm like, I don't understand. So first of all, I was just surprised. It was the anticipation, they are waiting for me to sing this song. So I eventually, I thought, and obviously when the song came out, I would get calls from big gospel artists, traditional gospel artists, who would say, bro, this song is it's really good. It ministers to me. I'm like, okay. It was supposed to be an ad, but okay, cool. So, it became, people would, so when you did this show, and then now in the end, they just said, you know what?
Get on stage
and just sing the song. So I sang this, and it was it was crazy. I remember I sang that song 6 times that day, because I only had one song. It was just it wasn't, I wasn't planning let's now do a whole rollout and everything. So it became a thing. So now Pompey was even Pompey would be invited for secular gigs, and he would be now the thing is, I don't sing my secular music anymore. The only song I have is the first Chipolo Polo and the song called Nipempela. And then so he said, you know what, I'll just be doing Vichani as well.
Yeah.
So I would be going with Pompey when he's doing a secular gig. Actually, the first secular gig, it was so funny because I hadn't been to a gig like that in
years.
In years, yeah. So, I just found all these mini, girls wearing almost nothing. I told Pompey, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna stay in the car. I'm gonna be in the car. You let me know. And he's like, no, bro, but literally, I only came out when it was time to do the song. I came out, did the song, went back in the car, said, bro, let's go. Let us leave. So, yeah, so and I don't know. So during that whole time, so we're still doing the evangelism, still doing all these different things. But when Vichani came out, I think it sort of made us a lot closer. And then finally, Kenny, because we released the audio in August.
Yes.
And then in December, Kenny was like, bro, I'm done with the video.
I am K-Rock. Let's go.
Monga mafrizi titima chilinga, monga tamenya kabebi chimalila, monga Nelson Mandela chimandiva. Hii ndiye life ya mabeliever. Funza bakalijo batiziva, tili monga zeskolo chedi ntima zimya. Hey, monga mapomo timadimba, sindine na katindi bati ine ni mawina. Hey, uzani uza Vichani iwe. Hey, uzani uza Vichani iwe. Hey, uzani uza Vichani ndine mwana wa mulungu, every day is a party. Hey, monga nilike jiniziba ansa, monga nibikini ninawina kudala. Yesu ni mukulu kulibe kushansha. You boys like the South African team, dimwe bafana. Matibela maningi siti misiyani, monga mule na ngongole kwezani. Hey, no cigar with the Bacardi, it's the Holy Ghost high, every day is a party.
All my people in the station, go put your hands up if you got a question. Jesus is the answer. Got the place popping like letting off a hanger. Music breaking walls, got the spirit of a Samson.
Hey, uzani uza Vichani iwe. Hey, uzani uza Vichani iwe. Hey, uzani uza Vichani ndine mwana wa mulungu, every day is a party. Hey, like footballs how we're kicking it. To Jilly or Patron, we ain't sipping it. I can't hear what you're saying like gibberish. Say you got beef for all I see is chicken in. LG couldn't define how my life good. Don't matter if I got the bling or the tight look. Keep reading that word like replay. No sweat, but it's a time.
All my people in the station, go put your hands up if you got a question. Jesus is the answer. Got the place popping like letting off a hanger. Music breaking walls, got the spirit of a Samson.
Hey, Vichani, hey, Vichani, hey, Vichani, Kine wana wa mulungu, every day is a party, hey.
Their name is Pompey. Rats. Chalo ima zinguluka zuba. Zuba sima zinguluka chalo. So we at the center of the rivals, cause we the reflection of the genuine model. More rather than a Hollywood idol. Chisisi china paki wa mu Bible. New mind nanzeluzi na chinja. Kananjila ya minga ujake paka pinga.
Go put your hands up if you got a question. Jesus is the answer. Got the place popping like letting off a hanger. Music breaking walls, got the spirit of a Samson.
Hey, Vichani, hey, Vichani, hey, Vichani, Kine wana wa mulungu, every day is a party, hey.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, cool. So all this time, people knew it. The Christian audience knew it. Christian community knew the song.
Yeah.
And it had grown to a few secular people as well. Now, when Kenny did the video, so I was like, okay, yeah, let's push out. This 1st of January, we released the video. We dropped the video. Okay, cool. The video drops, and like suddenly the song is now like everyone knows it. It's number one
Everywhere.
like everywhere. Secular stations, whatnot. And then so some people, my cousins who were in Kenya, were like, bro, your song, like I was just like, I'm at a youth meeting and it's playing here. I'm like, no. So that's how I got a call from DJ Krober. He was the first person I was like, yo. So he would tell me, no, give me the 3-piece, so like the instrumental. So I gave him that. And I like, now there's that going on, right? And so now I'm really getting, I'm sort of getting excited about, what is going on with the music. And, people are starting to know, there's this guy called Mag44. And then I said, so what had happened actually when the video came out, before the video came out, we said, okay, let's attach 2 other songs to it at least, because you can't, because now every event I went to, it was the only song, you know what I mean? So it just kind of, so I thought, let's do another 2 songs.